Hey everybody, I'm Kirti Sharma and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a healthier version of zucchini bread. I actually made an Indian zucchini dish last night for dinner and I had some left over, so that's why I'm making this. And also I have a lot of these apple sauces that my kids aren't eating, so I figured I'd use it in this recipe. So basically this is everything that's going into this dish. We have salt, we have cinnamon, we have applesauce, vanilla, baking powder, baking soda, maple syrup, wheat flour, and zucchini. The wheat flour I'm using instead of all-purpose flour to make it a little bit healthier, and instead of sugar I am using maple syrup. Oh, and also there's an egg somewhere here that I can't find. And as like some treats inside the zucchini bread, I'm gonna put some trail mix in there. I got this one from Aldi. You can use whichever one you like. And also I have a lot of these dried craisins, and so I'm gonna put this in there just so there's something different in the recipe itself. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so in this bowl I have some of the dry ingredients. There is a teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and dump this in my KitchenAid. Obviously, if you don't have this, it's not a big deal, just use a whisk. Okay, I have this, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. To this, I'm gonna add an egg. This is gonna help bind all the ingredients together and add some moisture into the bread, because since I'm not using any oil, we need all the moisture we can get. And we're gonna get that from the zucchini, which I've left, you know, the water that the zucchini, I was gonna say sheds, but that's not a good word to use. The zucchini naturally has water in it, so we're gonna be using that. We're not drying it out. I didn't even pat dry it. And that's to keep the bread moist. Okay, so to the ingredients that I put into this bowl, I'm gonna put in 3/4 cup of maple syrup. You can use whichever brand you want. Like I said, this is replacing the sugar. Now, if you don't like maple syrup, you can also use honey. I don't like honey that much, and the honey I had was an orange flavored honey. Which I didn't think would go well with the zucchini, so that's why I'm not using that. Okay, so now that I have my maple syrup and egg in there, I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So there we go. And the last thing I'm gonna put in there is the applesauce. So like I said before, this is gonna keep everything moist since I'm not putting in extra oil or butter or anything in here. Now once the applesauce gets mixed in here, it's gonna start reacting to the baking soda, and that's just what happens. No need to worry. So I'm gonna give this a little stir. So this is just stirring in these ingredients. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the zucchini in here, and as you can see, there is a lot of water in this zucchini. Like I said, we're not getting rid of any of it because this is gonna help our bread stay moist. I've also gone ahead and left the peels on the zucchini. I think it just adds a little flavor and a little texture to it, and it's edible, so why not? So I'm just gonna go ahead and dump all of this in here. Oh, and be sure that when you measure out the 2 cups of zucchini, you wanna keep it as packed as possible, just so, you know, there's more zucchini in the bread. And it's not just a loaf of plain bread with spatters of zucchini in it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this a quick stir. And once that is incorporated, we're gonna start adding our flour into it. Okay, you can already smell the vanilla and maple syrup in here. It smells really good, and the cinnamon. Okay, so I'm hoping this is gonna be really good. Okay, so to that, if I can find my spoon right here, I'm gonna put the flour into it. Now I probably should have taken the whisk out and put a paddle in here, and I have that in a drawer. I was just being lazy and I didn't take it out. I'm actually making this video in between my baby's nap time, so yeah, I don't have everything in line. Okay, So now we add the flour. This is wheat flour, not an all-purpose flour, just my attempt to keep it a little bit healthier. I'm just gonna dump half of it in there first, give it a stir, and then put the second half in there. And then we're gonna add the second half. And one thing I forgot to mention is that I already have my oven preheated at 350 degrees. And you don't necessarily have to worry about over mixing this thing. There's a lot of water in there due to the zucchini. And that's good. I'm just gonna scrape down the sides and incorporate this a little more. So, like I said, don't worry about over mixing it because there's a lot of moisture in here from this water that the zucchini lets out. This is all incorporated. So now I'm gonna spray down the loaf pan. I'm using this loaf pan. I got it from IKEA. It's longer and thinner than the regular loaf pans, but this is the only one I could find right now. So I'm gonna use this. And I'm probably gonna line it with some parchment paper just as extra assurance. And then I can lift it out of there when it's done. Okay, I got my parchment paper and now I'm just spraying some cooking spray on here. Like I said, I don't want this to stick. So I'm trying to do my best to ensure that that doesn't happen. And now I'm just gonna pour it in my batter. Ah! Okay, no harm done. Okay. Now should I scrape down everything? Like if my mom was here, she would not let me waste even a drop of this. Okay? She's one of those people, you have to get every single drop, otherwise you're wasting. Which I guess is true, but it's kind of annoying. Okay, so here is the last of the batter. Okay, so there we go. And as you can see, I'm a novice at these YouTube videos because look, I forgot my little cranberries and I forgot the trail mix. So guess what? I'm gonna put it in right now and give it a whir or a stir with my little spatula. So here are some cranberries. If you don't like cranberries, don't put them in there. If you don't like trail mix, don't put it in there. You can put chocolate chip cookies. You also don't have to put anything at all. So this trail mix has a bunch of different seeds and nuts and obviously chocolate, which is our favorite. And I'm not gonna, chop or grind the stuff. I want there to be little chunks in there. So here we go. I'm not gonna overdo it. I'm gonna mix it in the loaf pan itself because I don't feel like taking it all out. This way, it's incorporated. And if you're one of those people that are scared of over mixing, this will also prevent that. There you go. That is the batter. Cut. Okay, so as I said earlier, you have to set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and let this go for 50 to 60 minutes using a toothpick, to see if the batter is all the way cooked. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in the middle of the oven and then we'll see you in 50 to 60 minutes. Okay guys, so this is exactly at 50 minutes. I used the toothpick. Nothing is coming out, so that means it's done. We don't want it to overcook. And now I'm gonna see if I can get this out. Okay. And let it cool for, 10 minutes. And then we'll cut through it and see how it is. There we go. Okay guys, so here is the zucchini bread. I'm gonna cut off the end piece and give it a taste. And you can see it's still really hot. There you go, look, it's nice and moist. You can see the zucchini throughout. Okay. So let me give it a taste. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, my husband is asking for a piece. It's not overly sweet. You can taste the maple syrup in there, the cinnamon. You can taste the chocolate in there that I put in the trail mix. It's really good, guys. So make sure you guys give this a taste. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.